is my product review for Crystalac and Just Resin epoxy-free resin. One of the Australian distributors of WaterCote resin, Galen Shaw, sent me a little tumbler kit to try out the resin. The tumbler kits aren't available to the public yet, but they will be out soon. She sent me glitter, brushes for application, a card, a book with instructions on how to use the WaterCote, which included how to prep your tumbler, glitter application, and the application of the WaterCote. For prep, I sanded my tumbler with an 80 grit sanding block, rinsed with Dawn dish soap, and let dry. My garage is freezing, so I've been base painting my tumblers using Prime Time from CC DIY with dispersion colors mixed in. For this tumbler, I decided to use the purple glitter that came with the Just Resin supplies, so I used indigo dispersion to mix into my base paint to get my colored base. The Crystalac Tumbler Kit pretty much has everything you need to start making your epoxy-free tumblers. Base paint, paint colors, a liquid mica, some cups, glitter glue, a bright tone, as well as some base paints and surface conditioner for prep, a bunch of paint colors, a sanding pad, and a brush for application. I prepped my tumbler with the included sanding pad and cleaned it off with the surface conditioner. I then used the included primer and color number 2 for my base paint. The only thing the tumbler kit didn't include was glitter, which is fine, because y'all know if there is one thing Vanessa will have plenty of, it is glitter. I decided to use PDB Creative Studios Pink Cadi and thought this base color would be perfect. I let the paint dry for several hours and now I'm ready to apply my glitter. If you use spray paint, you may want to wait a day or two to let it gas out. The glitter glue for the Just Resin is a tad runny, but it gets the job done. The booklet said to wait about an hour before you press down on your glitter, but I missed reading that part, and I pressed down my glitter as soon as I finished applying the glue. Thankfully, it came out just fine. I do this with my epoxy tumblers as well. Just like with epoxy tumblers, the flatter you make your glitter, the less coats you'll need later. And with the number of coats we have ahead of us, we will need all the help we can get. The Crystalac glitter glue, y'all, awesome. I actually think I like it better than Mod Podge. It's not runny at all, and it gave me some great glitter coverage. I let both tumblers completely dry, then I sealed them with their respective glitter glues. Just a note of caution, the booklet for the WaterCote mentions that the glitter glue will still feel a tad tacky even after it's dry. So keep that in mind should you decide to try this product. It doesn't interfere with the WaterCote or anything, it's just a warning to not be concerned if your cup feels a tad tacky after applying the glue. Let your glitter layers dry, and then we'll be ready for our first coats of resin. Just as with Bright Tone, you don't need PPE or gloves and can apply the WaterCote with a finger as well as with an applicator brush or whatever your preference. I like using my fingers so I could feel for any spots that I might miss with the resin. This is where I first noticed a difference in the resins. The thickness of the resins is definitely different. The Bright Tone is thinner than the WaterCote, so it makes sense why the WaterCote would take fewer coats than its thinner counterpart. I'll be speeding through the next few coats, but I will maintain a count for each coat of resin on each cup. Okay, we now have 5 coats of resin on the Just Resin tumbler, which is the purple one, and 7 coats on the Crystalac, which is the pink one. Both are now nice and smooth and ready for our designs. I decided to not go too crazy with layering vinyl and glitter, so I decided to keep my design flat. I'm on a time crunch, y'all, and sis did not have the time to be messing with extra elements, so the Southern Belle Glitter transfers were perfect. So to pay homage to my spirit animal, Suzanna Renaud, a Suzanna Floral will be our design for the week. Links to the transfers I use will be in the description box down below. Normally, I like to seal my transfers with Quick Coat from CC DIY when I'm using epoxy, so I used the glitter glue that I used to adhere and seal the glitter, just in case the transfers reacted funny to the WaterCote. They probably wouldn't have, but I was just playing it safe to be sure. Now that our glue is all dry, we're ready to apply our next coats of resin. And you know I wouldn't be me if I didn't add some sort of extra sparkle. So I added a bit of snowflake micas into the resin to see what it would do. It was an experiment, and thankfully they both came out perfectly. The mica kind of settled more in the thinner bright tone, so there's not as much sparkle, but it's still there. If you're wondering where the Bright Tone tumbler is, it needed one more coat so it was nice and smooth over those transfers. So while it was drying, I went ahead and added my floral transfers to the WaterCote tumbler. Now the Bright Tone tumbler is ready for its floral transfer and the WaterCote tumbler is ready for its paint lines. The WaterCote tumbler is complete at 9 coats and it is so pretty. Still more coats than I'm used to, but definitely less time than the Bright Tone. Keep watching for my final thoughts. Welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude, because as we all know, small house, loud children. I hope you guys like my video. I had absolutely no issue with the quality of these products. They both went on easily. They were easy to use. I mean, the instructions were very clear on both. In fact, they both were pretty much the same. It's just that the WaterCote just required fewer coats than the Bright Tone, and everything else I had no problem with at all. The shine is there, the quality is there, the ease of use is there. It's just that one needs more coats than the other one. 4 coats difference may not seem like much, but when you think about having to wait 4 hours between coats, that's 16 hours. That's 16 hours of application and wait times, time difference. So take that as you will. I mean, I can do a lot in 16 hours. My daughter has expressed an interest in making cups like her mama. But I didn't want her to have to use the epoxy and the Darth Vader mask and the PPE. And with these products, no PPE, you can put it on with your hands. She can use it, have fun with it, create to her heart's content. But she, like me, has the patience of a gnat, and all the coats of Bright Tone would have put her off, and she would have had that hobby for all of 2 seconds. It would have been like, eh. So I wanted to find something that would require fewer coats. When Gayleen contacted me and said Bright Tone requires, I'm sorry, not Bright Tone, that Just Resin WaterCote requires fewer coats than Bright Tone, I knew I wanted to try it. And that was pretty much the basis of this whole experiment. Quality wise, both are top notch. But let's go over the deets for let's go over the deets for both of them so you guys know where we're coming from. I'm reading right from the website. Right now I'm gonna read Just Resin. I'm on the Just Resin website. I'll put the 2 prices right here. I'll do the Just Resin over here, and I'll do the Bright Tone or Crystalac on this side, just so you can see the prices and the shipping cost, just to make a comparison so we're all on the same page. So when you look at it, Just Resin does cost a little bit more than the Bright Tone, but the Just Resin or WaterCote takes fewer coats than the Bright Tone / Crystalac. So do with that what you will, but let's go over the stats. WaterCote can be applied by pouring a brush and WaterCote can be applied by pouring or by brush and is self-leveling. Recoating is suitable at the 4-hour mark, depending on the ambient temperature. So depending on how cold or hot your house is. It can be handled after 10 days and allow 30 days for full cure. That's pretty much That's pretty much like the Crystalac, I believe. Very low VOC, low odor, and cleans up with water. Coating cures hard and is hard wearing and is a single part resin. So pretty much whatever is in the bottle, that's all you need. Now let's go over bright tone. Apply Crystalac products at room temperature between 65 to 75 degrees and allow 3 to 4 hours. Drying time between coats of paint or finish. That's just like with the WaterCote. They say more to a 4-hour time though. So I would say 4-hour time. Crystalac says 3 to 4 hours. Do not use heat guns to force drying. Full cure is 30 days. That's just like the WaterCote. Full cure is 30 days. You can send it out to your customers at 10 days with the WaterCote. I'm not sure how it is with the Crystalac. It's not really saying. It says you can gently use it before that, but it will continue to harden over a 30-day period. So I'm not sure if you have to send your cups out. You have to like wait the 30 days to send your cups out. Because with the WaterCote, you can send them out in 10 days, but the full cure is 30 days. So I'll have to get back to you guys on that. If anybody knows or is a Crystalac user, please comment. Am I British now? Please comment below if you know. Can you guys send your cups out after 10 days, or can you send your cups out, or do you have to wait the 30-day period? So comment down below and let us know. They seem very similar in details with the cure time, with the temperature they have to be for the cure, for the drying time, the non-toxicity, being able to not have to wear PPE and be able to work indoors. They both seem the very same. It seems like legit the only difference is the amount of coats you need. One thing I will say though is the WaterCote. The WaterCote has a smell after you, like, it doesn't have a smell when you're applying it, but after you apply it and it's curing, it's got a smell. It's got a smell. So I contacted Gayleen and I said, the cup smells funny, but she said the smell does go away after a few days. I don't know. I just finished this cup yesterday right now, but yeah, but smelling it right now, it does not smell as bad as it did yesterday. This is just for people that smell their cups, because there are cup sniffers out there. Y'all may be laughing at me, but there are cup sniffers out there. All my OG peeps know we get some cup sniffing customers. You can mail out a cup to a customer and a couple days later, they will write you back and be like, my cup stinks, I want a refund. I kid you not, they are out there. But this may not even be a big deal to some of you, but some of us, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Comment below and let me know. I know I'm not the only one that's had like some cup sniffing customers. I know that I know. Oh my word. But yes. So forewarning, but the smell does go away. I'll make a post like on Monday or Tuesday and let you guys know how the smell is coming along, because by that point it would have had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days to cure some more. And so I'll let you guys know how the smell is. One thing I will say is that even though these take a lot of coats, putting on the coats takes like 2 seconds. Just stick it on the cup and walk away. Epoxy, I can honestly say it takes me about 30 to 40 minutes to put on a coat of epoxy, because when you put the coat, you have to do the mixing first. Then you put the coat of epoxy on the tumbler. Then you're sitting there, you got to look at the tumbler kind of at like this, like a tilt to make sure there's no dimples. And then you got to get your propane torch and pop all the bubbles. And then you got to keep watching it, making sure it's not doing anything funky. And then you wait a few minutes, or wait about 20, 30 minutes, and then you got to zap it again to get the rest of those bubbles out. And then you got to pull your tape if you're like me. 34 minutes for one coat of epoxy, whereas these coats, they take a lot, but at least they only take about 2 minutes to put on. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. A huge thank you to all of my Patreon and channel members. Your support literally means everything. You guys just don't even know. Have fun making your epoxy-free tumblers, and I'll see you guys again next time.